So last week I was at a bachelor party and a group of guys started a conversation about who was the most beautiful girl of the night. And since I was partaking in this conversation, I was expressing my opinion, my friends stared at me in a state of a visible confusion and they said, well, Elia, last week you were gay, did something change? Actually, they asked me, so it is true that you can feel something for women too. So there is this immense difficulty that a lot of people have when they try to understand what exactly is going on in a homosexual mind, what actually is homosexuality. This is the problem. So the answer I gave to them is a very simple one. It's an answer I built with the years, and I really like it. It explains it really well, and I will give it to you at the end of the video. When I was a child, I was impressed by Wendy while watching the Peter Pan cartoon, and I watched it all over again just because I wanted to see Wendy. And in Scuola Media, which is like 6th grade, 7th grade, I don't know, I had some feelings for a girl, her name is Laura, ciao Laura, and yeah, that girl was different from the others, was beautiful. I loved her hair, I loved the way she dressed, I loved the way her face was, and once I was walking with a friend of mine, and he wasn't sure if he was gay or not, and so he told me, well, Elia, when I'm in front of a girl, when I see a beautiful girl, when I'm in front of her, it is not true that I do not feel anything. Therefore, I must not be gay. Maybe I'm bisexual. So it is true that gay people, in order to be gay, have to not feel anything at all for women, or they have to be disgusted by women. Of course it's not. Of course it's not. So what's the point here? That gay people or lesbian can recognize beauty in all of its forms in nature. For example, in flowers, or in works of art, in statues, in some landscapes. There is beauty everywhere, and we are not blind. We can recognize it, and we can recognize it even when there is beauty in people. I'm talking about aesthetic beauty, okay? So we are not blind, of course. We can distinguish between an, let's say, a less handsome person, less beautiful person, and a very, very beautiful person, a model, for example. We're not stupid. The thing is that we need to make a distinction here. In my theory, there is not one type of beauty, there are two. The aesthetic beauty, what I call aesthetic beauty, and what I call sensual beauty. So everything can be aesthetically beauty, a landscape, a portrait, a work of art, those lights. This can have an aesthetic beauty, something that makes us sigh, something that gives us emotions, something that we intellectually appreciate, something that makes us say, wow, okay, this is a thing. But the sensual beauty is another thing. The sensual beauty is a beauty that triggers a fundamental biological process in our body, which is the sexual arousal, the sexual excitement, which is our pupils dilate and our heart races and the blood reaches the genital zone and so on. This is the sexual arousal, and of course in males we have the erection. Everything can be aesthetically beauty, just one thing can be sensually beauty. So the characteristics of the sex we are attracted to, okay? So of course this was the answer I gave to my friends. I appreciate girls just as you appreciate flowers. Then they answered, well, we do not care about flowers. Okay, that's not the point. I mean, for me, girls are like portraits, flowers, landscapes. I can have an opinion. I can have a preference of that. I can recognize the aesthetic beauty of that, and but they do not trigger in me anything. Anything sensual, okay? I'm not sexually aroused by that. This is the point. This is simply the point. So it is not true that I do not feel anything when I look at women. I do not feel anything sexual, that is, but and it is not true that I am disgusted, of course, by women. In order to be gay, you don't have to be disgusted by women. And that's it. So gay people can perceive the aesthetic beauty of women, and lesbians can perceive the aesthetic beauty of males. And moreover, we can even conjecture, speculate about the sensual beauty. I cannot feel the sensual beauty of women, I can but speculate about it. I know that most of men like big breasts and nates, but although I do not feel it, I can conjecture it. And this has nothing to do with bisexuality. I repeat it, a bisexual man can perceive the sensual beauty of men and the sensual beauty of women, while a gay person like me can perceive just the sensual beauty of men and not the sensual beauty of women, just the aesthetic beauty of women.